You remember those times when your parents would use your full name to get your attention and you knew you were in trouble? Well, Gary Ulysses Gensler, you are in some deep shit, sir, as finally someone is holding his feet to the fire. Yes, that's right. The courts are taking it to Gary, and we're finally getting the action that we've all been waiting for. And for real, I have no freaking clue what his middle name is. Ulysses just fit, man. Doesn't he look like a Ulysses? Make XRP great again says automated market makers means as much as the ISO BS narrative. This coin is a turd. People need to do something to talk about. Where's Coinbase at with the Ripple lawsuit? Well, you've got the one with Coinbase going on. You've got the Ripple going on. And you've got Debtbox. Whoa, and wait until you hear how the courts went after Gary. But what I got up on the screen is something interesting. Don't freak out. Don't freak out, everyone, right? Take a little bit of Xan, bump the old ladder. I get it, It's okay. I got the 1 month up on the screen. In the 1 month time period, I just kind of wanted to show everyone what's been hot in the last month. Bitcoin down 3.5, ETH down 5, BNB. Been talking about it a lot here in those intros. I've been pointing it out. BNB up 50%. Last month. Avalanche, look at that, up 50% as well. Caspa, pullback, but they were up huge. Look at that, pullback at 22%. ICP down 4%, holding itself pretty well. What about some of the big ones that we cover on this channel? You got XRP essentially sideways, up 0.28% last month, with XLM up 1.1% last month. What else? You got PayPay up it. Okay, enough of that. Sailor Crazy buying more Bitcoin. Talked about that in an earlier video. SEC sanctioned by court for gross abuse of power. If you've been following Debtbox, you're going to love this update. If you have no idea what I'm talking about regarding the Debtbox situation, you're going to learn about it. It was a mess. Crypto advocates hailed the action, which they say validated the claims of an overzealous law enforcement. That's you, Gary. In an order filed on Monday, Judge Robert J. Shelby accused the SEC of bad faith conduct by misleading the court to obtain a temporary restraining order against Debtbox following its complaint against the company in July. Essentially saying, look, you kind of took us down some wrong things. So the SEC, right, wanted to get a temporary restraining order. Well, in order to do so, you got to kind of prove your case to the court, right, to the judge. Okay, I should say to the judge, not the court. So what they're saying is you kind of like, kind of lied to us, like Gary, you were kind of like full of shit, man. Basically what happened was Gary was like, look, they're moving the money offshore. Well, guess what happened? Debtbox was like, you think so, bitch? They then showed the records that proved that the money was moved within the United States. All of a sudden, the judge is like, what are you, wait, SEC, do you even know what the hell you're talking about? Let's keep reading. The court ordered the SEC to cover the attorney and legal fees incurred by Debtbox, which is a crypto firm that offers node software licenses to investors to earn yield through cryptocurrency mining. Yes, at least start protecting more of the mining side aspect of it and the gross abuse of power. Now, why is this story so big? Well, you got some Coinbase action going on, right? Check this out. The probability of the Coinbase win against the SEC just got even higher. You bet your butt it did. Because in the court of public opinion, and remember, Ripple's case, right? Ripple's case, primary sales is going to be determined by a jury of peers. Well, if peers out there, if people out there hear more about the story, that's why I bring up this story. I know, I get it. Klaus, oh, this isn't juicy, good price news. Shut the fuck up, okay? This is good news for the crypto world. So I'm bringing this out there so that you could share this with people, because if we get more people hearing about it, and you've got the Ripple case coming up, which is a jury of peers, and they hear more about the SEC getting sanctioned by a judge saying, dude, you lied to us. That is good. That makes the SEC look like power-hungry, just nasty, like above-the-law type group. And that's good when it comes to public opinion, especially when a jury of peers are determining stuff. Now, what's also good about this is Debtbox is getting paid back for all their lawyers' fees and all. I think that's really good. Let's read the Debtbox tweet, okay? And then I'm going to share some other juicy goodies with you. Breaking news, Debtbox triumphs over the SEC misconduct. A monumental victory in Debtbox as U.S. District Court sanctions the SEC for gross abuse of power. This landmark case highlights the need for regulatory reform and upholds the importance of integrity in legal proceedings. Bet your butt. But I've been telling you, we're not going to get new regs. Why? Because this side and this side of the aisle don't work well with each other here in the United States. The court's decision to order the SEC to cover the Debtbox legal expenses marks a critical stance on transparency and ethical conduct. A call for reform echoes through the industry, demanding higher standards of accountability. Now, here's part of the problem. Oh, I got the court case here because, as always, any article you see in this video and all my other ones will be linked in the description below. Not the court case, but the court documents. Okay, court documents. Filed 3/18. Sorry, I'm a day behind. Okay, I ran a last man standing race where literally I had to pee on lap I think it was 43 or 44, and it took so long for me to go to the bathroom that I had to book my butt to make it on the loop, and then I got super tired. And that point on, I started blacking out. It was really fun. But anyways, that's why I'm a day late. Okay, so that's that. Now, what I want to share with you is something else. Okay, and this is part of the tagline. I wanted to read this. It was the SEC says crypto mining firm fraudulently raised 50 million in Bitcoin. The whole DebtBox thing from the SEC was a mess. All the allegations were just an absolute mess. All the things of moving money offshores and doing fraudulent stuff. It was just an absolute mess. Okay, but what really pisses me off about this whole thing is when you get people like McHenry threatening Gensler with the subpoena. Gensler, if you don't answer our questions, we will subpoena you. Gensler, do you think you're above the law? Gensler, this... dude, you threatened all this shit in September 27th of 2023. You never even got a subpoena form. It was all talk and no walk. So what happened was, and the reason why I'm sharing this, because this happened, right, September 27th of 2023, because McHenry did not act and because others in Congress did not act, the SEC felt that they were able to do whatever the frickin' hell they want and were lying through their teeth regarding their injunction order against DebtBox. So McHenry and others out there, you're a piece of shit. You want to threaten stuff? Well, guess what? This court here did not threaten. They said, look, you got to pay it. And so my point is if people in power were to take action, were to actually put action on top of their words, maybe the SEC wouldn't run as rampant. The problem we're going to have, though, like I said earlier, is that you're not going to have regs. Why? Because this side and this side of the aisle don't talk to each other, and that's not going to happen until the next election when hopefully things change. And it's not like this side or this side of the aisle is better than the other. To think about it, McHenry on this side over here is oh, don't make me threaten you. And you got, Maxine and all her friends over here oh, crypto's really bad, naughty, nefarious. Neither of you did any good. Neither side of the aisle was you know what, let's work together and make this happen. It was just so partisan and such a mess. And because people on this aisle, they had the power, McHenry, right, Speaker of the House, my man could have done it. Head of the Financial Services Committee. He was temporary Speaker of the House. It was pretty cool. So, when we were going through all this, and he had the power to do this, and he's sitting there, he didn't. And so because he didn't, and because other leaders haven't, we're stuck in this mess. And we're stuck in this mess with zero regs that apply to this new technology. Look, is there some shenanigans in crypto? You bet your ass. The majority of it's fucking scumbags, grifters, liars, and fucking weirdos, man. But there's some legit use case and some legit tech out there within the weeds of all that other crap I just described. That can flourish better when the likes of Gensler and the SEC get reined in. How does that happen? You need regs. Regs for an updated tech. And like I said earlier, unless the election really changes things and you get all sides, right? All three parts of one political party or the other, you're simply not going to get it. Or you could be like Denell Dixon out there going, I know stablecoin regulation is going to happen in 2023. Stablecoin regulation will happen in 2023. And you're like, homegirl, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Ain't no way this side and this side of the aisle are working on anything near crypto. You've seen what Gensler's been doing. Well, guess what? Now he finally got slapped in the face by the courts. That's the only thing we got left in this country is the courts. I almost said another naughty word. I tried to rein it in a little bit. But for real, that's the only thing we got left is the freaking courts, because these politicians are all fucking full of shit. So I let a naughty word fly. By the way, do you see my race number over my shoulder? Check it out. Whoop, wait, here it is. This is number 69. How cool is that? Isn't that really neat? Anyways, I'll get you cool cats later, but luckily, Gensler finally got a piece served to him.